welcome to Pillow Talk.
My name is Kim.
And my name is Lexi.
And today we're going to be talking about how to know that you're in a toxic relationship. I am going to be starting it off to say one of the reasons that I feel like you can tell that you're in a toxic relationship when it is one-sided. If it's mostly about one person and has nothing to do with you, or it's all about you and has nothing to do with the other person, then that's toxic.
Also, I want to just butt in right there. I feel like though it's toxic when you are in a relationship with someone and someone wants to mold you into someone that they're comfortable with, or mold you into their ideal partner, or tell you again that this is right and this is wrong, this is the way that we should be doing things. And it's also toxic for you guys to be so codependent on each other, where your life is about that person and their life is about you. That's also very toxic.
Okay, in a relationship, it's a relationship and that's a separate entity. So you have to work on you separately. I have to work on me separately. Yeah. If we are in a relationship.
And we come together and we work on a team.
And we work ourselves together in a team.
Yeah.
So I feel like you still, at some point, no matter how independent you are, if you're going to be in a relationship, you got to still have to invest in that relationship.
Yeah, not to make it about the other person either, because that's also a toxic relationship. There should be a balance between the both of them. Between you and them, that's true. But I also believe at any point where you're unhappy and you start to suppress your unhappiness for someone, that also is going to start to manifest into a bad relationship, or vice versa. So also I feel like when it comes to independence, it's one of the biggest thing when it comes to relationship, which oftentimes tend to get dismissed.
Okay, and one of the things that was going to say is when somebody wants you to do things to make them happy. So if you don't talk that loud, if you wear a certain clothes, I would feel better. If your hair puts up rather than down, if you wear a wig, then that would make me or you look better. That to me is very toxic, and it's putting you down. So therefore you can't grow at all as an individual. So you're not going to be of any use into a relationship, so you are going to lose yourself, and that's what makes it toxic for me. With a toxic relationship, if you need working on and you don't go into a relationship as a whole, because a relationship, 50% of the relationship is you, right? So if you are not a whole, therefore the relationship is going to be toxic, because you need to work on your issue. You need to be a whole. You need to be a whole complete person. That means you can exist without that person. You can survive, and anytime you feel like you can't survive without that particular person, that's not
an
healthy.
Issue. Yeah, that's a serious issue. But also, what did you say that rung about
50% of the relationship, or
another thing is, a relationship is team building, and you are as strong as your weakest link in a team. And if you don't work on yourself, like Mom said,
if you don't work on yourself, basically already that relationship is building on sand rather than on a rock, because one cannot be whole and the other is not old, and then you get a good relationship out of it. Both people need to be whole.
And if you see most power couple, they're very independent people. That's so funny, because Will Smith and Thingy, which is your favorite power couple, you speak.
Okay, so she's forcing me to speak. That's not a healthy relationship.
No, because I just nicked her power couple, and I was like, no, I don't want to steal her power couple.
One of the favorite thing that I wanted to use as an example is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. These, and I like a lot more power couples, but why I think they are very powerful and why they are a power couple, I felt like even though when they started, Jada did not find herself, but I feel like they worked on their relationship, so they get their relationship to a certain solid
Could I just say something
Yes.
real quickly before you carry on?
foundation.
And you see-
I forgot about the word foundation. So they get themselves, let's say, hold up 1 minute. So they get themselves to a good foundation. Then what happened once you done working on that solid relationship? Then the focus goes back on you as an individual that needs healing, and that's what happened with Jada and Will for me. Stick a pin. So Jada has to go back to the drawing board because there was a lot of things that she needs to work on herself, and she was living. And she was suppressing a lot of things, so she ended up living to please Will, but she was not happy until she goes back and dealt with what she had to deal with. So I am not saying that, if you're in a relationship and you're not whole, it's not going to work. You can still get help. You can still work on you, but also remember that it takes two. So you need to be worked at, and it needs two people to want to work together, not one. Two people to want to work together to make that unit strong.
Yeah.
And healthy and powerful.
Right.
I feel like connection is connection, and it could have been, you can have a connection with animal, so do not get me wrong, but I meant like if you are working on something and you are right for each other, not because that person is your soulmate means you're right to be in a relationship, or not because they were twin flames mean they're the right person to be in a relationship, right? Because connections are different. But what I am trying to say is that if you are not healed. Did you say something about healed? You were saying, what was it again? I forget.
Like I believe that if you're not healed, like you won't be in a right relationship.
Yeah, so because at the end of the day, you're gonna be attracting the wrong thing. But I feel like if you two want to work on what you have or what you have built, you can still get it right. Yeah, so even if you started off on a not so solid, or as two unhealthy people, or as two people that need healing, and it wasn't a very the start of your relationship is rocky, you can still get it right, because you have relationship which are power couple who get it perfectly right at the start and fall apart in the middle, because relationship is hard. As a matter of fact, growth is hard, relationship is hard, and you have to put into it as much as what you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's what Lexi has to say. Yeah. But so let me take a sip. Yes.
Mine is
So
water.
it needs working on. And I still also feel like when you are healed and you get into a relationship and think, okay, the heal is gonna carry me through, that's a free ticket because I am healed and he's healed, we're just gonna have a healthier relationship. Doesn't work like that. Still needs to put some work into it.
And at the end of the day, you're always growing from something too.
You're always going from something.
And when we talk about heal, I think we more so talk about past life traumas and things that had happened maybe in your childhood or during the younger time in your life that had affected you in a way that will sabotage the love or happiness that you're trying to... Baggages, that you're trying to create. So I feel like that's more so healing, because you're going to learn, like as time goes by, you're going to learn different things, and there's going to be things that you grow from and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So it's not like healing and
it's going to cure every disease or every issue inside of your relationship, because again, even though you're ill, now you're going into this new ministry, right? Building a family or building a relationship together, and that's new, so it's going to come with the troubles, it's going to come with the trials, and
it's something when you're learning, like, if it's something new, you're always learning. So
and even when old, I still feel like you should be still learning.
There's always
that's when it gets stale. Because you could be a whole as hell and it gets stale, then things probably going to start falling apart a little bit.
My actually power couple are Kim Kardashian and what's his name? Kanye West.
That's our power couple.
That's my power couple, and let me tell you why. I feel like both of them, especially when it comes to independence, are quite good at living their own life, but coming together to create a happy home, from what I see and what I know, a happy home life as well as relationship together. And they were actually best friends before, so I feel like that's like a great power couple to me, because there's someone that do obtain individuality as well as coming together and being a team. You know, I think they have like such a great balance, and that's why they're a power couple to me. Cheers.
I like them too. I think they were very powerful. And there was a lot of couple like Beyonce
And Jay-Z.
and Jay-Z. I think they were a power couple. I know.
Okay,
and I know a lot of people maybe it's against it because or against how I feel because Jay-Z cheated or whatever we felt Jay-Z did when he get the ass whooping from Shalance, I'm saying the wrong thing. Yeah, but I feel like it's how they work on it and get back together and still making it work, and that was their tribbles. That's what you call it? Trials and tribulation.
Yeah.
So that's their tribulation, and I felt like they work back on it and they becomes even stronger than what they were before. So he must have really, really want to work on it, and she wants to work on it. So they are. She is. What is wrong with her? She makes me forget what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Was I saying something wrong?
No, you weren't. I was laughing because
She's stupid. She's so stupid because I forgot what we were gonna say. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like they work back on their relationship and they wanted to rebuild, and that's what makes them very powerful.
yeah, I mean, I love Beyonce and I love Jay-Z. I actually like them together. My process
Did
though,
you know them before they were Okay.
I know, I think there's something in the air. But what was I saying?
Your process or your thought, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to cheating, I have like a whole opinion.
And that has to be a total different pillow talk, because let's say there's a whole another different opinion and a whole lot of things.
And what?
And a whole lot of things.
Yeah. Listen, no. I don't condemn second chances, and I do like them together. I do feel like second chances are given, second chances are earned. They're not given.
But how do you know that you didn't earn?
No, but I don't know. That's why I'm not. But that's why I'm not talking about them. I just said I have a whole different opinion.
You don't feel like they're a power couple. You don't think they're at a healthy place at this moment in time?
You know what? I haven't even thought about the relationship like that. I think they're both at a very powerful place at this moment in time. I'm not gonna lie.
Individual or as a unit.
More so individually than as a unit for me.
But to me, it's the support.
I think Jay-Z is very supportive.
Yeah, I feel like I allow her to be the queen that she is, and I feel like she does the same, and that's what. So even though they might be still going through their struggles, that's life, and people are gonna go through struggles, but they're still working together. And making it work, So now, because even look at Jada, they've been through their struggles and it's been a while. They separated for a while. Yeah, they were dating different people, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think they were.
Yes.
I think.
And that's based upon my opinion. I am not saying, I'm just saying. So, but they still got it back in the hand together, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I said I had a whole different opinion on cheating. I wasn't even talking about being
But
Jay.
we were not just using one example of a sin. We're not using an example of a sin. We're just saying how powerful they were. So even though they still have their misfortune, they still bring it together. Yeah.
They're good. They're good. I think I think they're very complementing, especially in the business industry that they are in together. Um, Very complimenting. I think it's kind of hard to judge Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship because they're very private. Like unlike Kim Kardashian and what's her husband called? Kanye. Yeah. They're very private. I don't think you would know, and they could have the best life ever because usually people that's private actually tend to focus more on their life than so they could have the best.
Be the people that they because now they're not living up for the cameras.
And so they could have the best life ever. But I think it's difficult to tell whether or not they do because they're private.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how to know that you are in a toxic relationship, and we used a couple of examples.
So here's the thing. Can I say, being cheated on, is that a toxic relationship? Let's get real.
Yeah, but that could have been classified as a toxic relationship. But remember, I wouldn't even know how to defend somebody that cheated. But I feel like even though it's toxic, remember the foundation doesn't have to be right to get it right after. It's what you do after working together to correct, to rebuild, because people can make mistake. I don't know if that's a mistake because I don't know how penis fall into vagina. I do not know that, but I'm just saying whatever the sin is or whatever you do to make your relationship unhealthy, you still can work on it to make an healthy. If both of you want to work on it to make it an healthy relationship, because I feel like you don't know if Will Smith ever cheated on Jada Pinkett. You don't know if Jada Pinkett ever cheated, but does not make them not a power couple.
But we're talking about toxic. It doesn't make the relationship healthy.
Yeah, but remember, even though it might be toxic, they work on it. They realize that this ain't what we want.
But
and that's what makes them powerful. They work on it separately.
But
they work on it
going back to toxic. Cheating would be a toxic relationship.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Whether or not you said you don't want to go through his phone because that's none of your business, or you know what he's doing, but he's coming home to you, that's toxic. That's toxic. You're giving your 100%. He should give you his 100%. And all this crazy thing that goes on, men can cheat, or that's what they do. That's what they do because you allow them to do that. That is also toxic.
Yeah.
So there are a few things and a few examples that we give. Today we were just talking about how to know that you're in a toxic relationship. And some of the things is when you don't go in healed, because the relationship takes two. The next thing that we used was if all the time it's about that person, to make that person happy, what you need to do to make, so if you don't laugh as loud, or if you shave your eyebrows a certain way, or your hair have to comb a certain way, that will make that person happier. That's also toxic. Mm-hmm. And Lexi used a couple of examples.
Yeah, I think as well, codependency is a unhealthy relationship. What else did I say? Cheating
is also an
unhealthy relationship. And we have the typical verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and those are unhealthy relationships too.
Okay. So that is the end of our video. I hope you like our pillow talk. Please like and subscribe. Have a good night. Stay safe and see you next week.
Bye.